Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all keeping well out there in YouTube land. It's been another nice sunny day today, although I've spent the day in one of the craft shops, so that wasn't very enthralling. Apart from a couple of chats with a wood turner from Edinburgh. Right, I'll bring the guys in. At the moment, we have got Andy, who is sitting in a caravan on Dale's property at the moment, and we have got the Reverend Kirkwood at the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monsters. I remembered.
Hello.
He has been ordained. He is available for weddings, funerals, and bar mitzvahs.
Oh, what a bit of fun.
I know. Right, stick you guys back in the background. Bring the YouTube chat up. There we go. And go on to that camera. Right, so what I've got tonight is a piece of ash. And I've forgotten how big it is. It's only about 10 inches diameter by about, what's it look like? Maybe an inch and a half thick. See if I can find a tape measure. Yeah, about 9.5 by, I was right, about an inch and a half. So, not going to be doing anything too difficult on this. The bottom is going to be left fairly plain. In fact, it will be left plain. The top is going to have some texture put on with the long neck grinder and some colour. It has got a split in here, a little bit of a split, but hopefully I'll get rid of that through turning. At the moment, I'm spinning at about 900. So I'll get on and do some turning, and the guys can let me know who's in the chat and what's going on.
Splendid, sir.
And
hiding out.
Go on, you're okay.
I was going to say, hiding out there in the old chat land is Clive Rogerson, Dave Oatley, Dory Sexty, Gav Today Woodwork, Ian in the Shed, James Crawford, Maple Tree Studios, Mr. Stacey at Turnabout Wood Art, Paul Houghton, Peter Corrigan, Robert Dolman, Stuart Ngrulia, Terry Bartlett, Tony Smith, Trevor P, Mark the Gentleman Woodturner, Wayne the Sheffield Sasquatch, Bigfoot Woodcraft, the Wood Jedi himself, Wood Wizardry by Colin, and Wood Turning by Barry, and possibly one or two other lovely, beautiful people who snuck in when I was doing that particular shift.
Evening all.
Young Scott Arena tells us that he'll be in 5 minutes.
Okay. So the link at the top, or pinned to the chat at the top, is to my Buy Me a Coffee page, and I've just put a link in to Mark's premiere, and I've totally forgotten what time it starts. But if you follow the link, you'll find out.
Mark's usually either 9:30 or 9:45 whenever he goes live. Oh, sorry, whenever he does a video after you, somewhere around there. I'll just find out. It says 9:30.
9:30. There we go.
You have 42 beautiful, lovely people watching you in this wonderfully warm and sunny evening here in the UK.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Right, just mark this up for mortise. Just about spot on there. And now we get my smaller bull gouge and clean out for the mortise.
When you're over, sir, remind me to give you those white lights for above your head.
Yeah.
Spinny.
Sharpie carvy thing. Ah. I do like the spinny roundy thing. It's very cool.
Robert Dolman is saying warm and sunny, Dale. Really, it was a mere 24
Absolutely.
degrees here in Lanark. You know?
Yep.
So yeah.
No. The rest
That
of
was-
the UK.
And that was in Scotland. Granted, it was Baltic in the morning, but it was quite warm and fresh in the afternoon.
It's still quite
Wasn't it
warm now
just?
here.
It's not bad. 17
Yeah, it
degrees,
is.
it reckons.
Yeah.
Mild,
I've still got the
quiet
window open on the caravan.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got the door open to the workshop, and as you probably noticed, I've just got a t-shirt on. Now you get some shape into this thing now.
Well, that could be awkward if you're just wearing a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. David always says, no one near as nice as the other end of the country, Dale. I'm sure that's true, Dave. I'm sure it's true. Oh,
What, is he in Shetland or something?
I think he's very much south.
Oh, yeah. Well. At this point, I'd like to say, lived there most of my life. Glad that I'm in Scotland, really.
Oh. I can see what speed are you turning out, Wayne? What speed are you turning out, young sir?
Oh, about 900. Now, I've just got to go in a little bit more to get rid of that crack. So this is going to have quite a small base on it, but then again, it is only decorative.
The Jennifer Stroughton is in. She says, "Good evening, Wayne, Dale, and Andy. Sorry I'm late. Just been packing my bags for our jolly day." Oh, she's
Oh,
off
where are you off
somewhere.
to, Jennifer? It's grand.
Young Colin tells us that it's dull and overcast in Surrey. I have to log in and look at the cameras and see.
What are we doing?
Oh. Luke is not your father.
No, he's my son.
But I feel it's Mr. It's, the Wood Jedi is somewhat breathy in his microphone.
All right, sorry.
In that case, it's his grandson.
It's a case of, any minute now he's going to go. It's a case of, in Wayne's case, this will work. But in his case, it's like a dirty phone call. Only in Wayne's case, it would be, "Hello, darling, what you turning?" Scott, the blue light tumbler, is backstage. Wayne.
Evening, Scott.
Hello, mate.
Just
Sorry about that. Delivery weren't very fast.
You what?
Oh, San Diego.
I said delivery weren't very fast, and when it turned up, it was cold.
Well, that sounds like deliver poo to me.
Yeah, it was, mate. How are we all?
We're grand, sir. We're grand. I'm delighted. I discovered after some considerable hard work on the part of Andy, I discovered that we have 2 feet more of driveway that we didn't know we had.
There we go.
Okay, so the temperature's dropped a little bit now.
What is that?
I don't know, but I've just had to close the windows on the caravan.
17 degrees. It's 17
I went,
degrees.
Ooh! No, there was a bit of a draft coming over the. Wow! Really?
You have 47 gorgeous people watching, Wayne.
Run!
Folks, remember, if you like what Wayne's doing, please, please, please hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you're fresh to the channel, please hit the subscribe and give that notification bell a bit of a dingling. At the top of the chat, you'll find a link to young Mr. Wayne's Buy Me a Coffee, which is really buying him a wine. Which is pretending to be buying them a coffee, but it's really buying him a wine. And if you appreciate what he does, because he does all this for free, please, please, please go on, buy the man a coffee. Down in the description for this evening's show, you'll find a link to Mark the Gentleman Woodtunner's live, which is on at 9:30 today. If you're not busy after Wayne wraps up, why not pop over to Mark and see what he's up to. Also, if you're fresh into the channel, why not share this link out for this particular live so we can get more people in to watch Wayne tonight.
Remember to close the drawers.
Close the drawers. Close the drawers. Wayne's actually sorting his drawers out for now. Right. Jennifer's going to Liskeard.
All right.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
This guy.
I'll take it with the comments. If you drive past Taunton, give us a wave. It's down south then.
Oh.
Down the West Country.
No, West Country. Is it?
West Country's where they
brew
that their cider.
Listen to me absolutely devastating that poor accent. I should be ashamed of myself. Only slightly, mind.
Ooh. No,
Yeah. Then she's off to Portland.
Portland, Bill.
Hey, that's down by, well, almost down by where my home is.
Then she can take a walk along Chisel Beach.
Yeah.
Got to take a prop, Jennifer. Got to take a prop. Got to take a woodturning too. Take a picture. Oh, go to Axmas on the way down. Get a picture. Oh, cellulose sanding sealer from Chestnut.
Oh, Jennifer, if you're going down that way as well, you could pop into Yandles.
Yep.
Yes.
Always worth a pop into.
Mm-hmm.
Do Axminster still have a store in Axminster?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Couldn't be sure. if Mark, the gentleman Woodturn, is out in the chat, he'd probably confirm. I think he went there earlier this year, maybe. Not sure.
I was saying to Wayne Bigfoot last night because he was saying about the wood for his ooze nest. I popped into Yandles the other week and picked up loads of like plaques that have got the corner knocked off, like inch thick oak and whatever, 50p. Just cut the corners off and use them as other blanks.
I thought it had something to do with your teeth, the way you were talking about that, but there you are.
Oh, wrong way, not way.
Sure.
That's it.
Sure.
Yorkshire grit.
Lovely.
Shiny.
Get this rubbed in with the lathe stationery, or just being turned by hand anyway.
Mark, can you confirm whether Axminster has still got a store in Axminster?
I can neither confirm nor deny. Greeting. Wayne the Wise and his merry band of rogues. That's the zombie woodturner.
Evening, Zed.
There you go. Yes, they have still got a store there. It's their head office.
Boom. Thanks, Dave.
Cheers, Dave. Dave. Only.
And Mark at the Gurdon Workshop says you need to slow down, Wayne, because you can't believe it's Yorkshire grit time already.
Yes.
Oh shit! Yes. Okay.
1:15, man. You just take your time. Tell us a tale of when you were on the wall quite near your house. You know, I mean, about 2000 AD. 2000, just what, 200 AD, I think was the time I was looking for. You know,
Was it 200?
I thought it was BC you were on about.
No, that's a bit further enough. Gav is asking, question, Dale, how do you control or stop bleaching on webcam? Is it better webcams? Yes, it definitely does help with better webcams. Positioning of lights helps. You can also use the settings on either the camera or the tooling you're using for to drive. So if you're an OBS, you can set up a particular color filter that I'll pull them down. But my general advice is that you can reposition the lights sufficiently so you can do it. Better cameras also help coping with the saturation, but you can turn them down if it's OBS you're using.
Just don't go too far like Steve SK sometimes does and ends up with really pink arms.
I feel that's an expert. I think he's actually very shy, and his arms are actually blushing. Nicky said something naughty in his ear.
Copper housing.
Hey, Rob. I'm going to see if I can clean out these grooves. That's the Yorkshire grit done. So now I'm going to use Hampshire Sheen microcrystalline wax as a finish.
That's already making such a difference. The grain pattern's lovely in this.
It is. It's a shame to colour it, but that's what I do.
That piece of ash wine.
It is, yeah.
There's a 2 foot by 2 foot tree piece of sycamore, I think, in the garden for you if you want to take it back with you.
Grand, if we can get it in the car.
I'm sure we can get in the car. Whether the car where we take the weight is a different conversation.
Well, I'll have to take that lump of bloody spalted beach out that I haven't taken out yet.
Gonna have to. I mean, in this case, I'm all for the idea of traction by beach, but nonetheless, I mean, drag racing. Knock Hill is in the wrong direction. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's true.
There's going to be some laburnum to come up to you as well, Wayne.
Oh, has he been back in touch?
Yeah, he sent me pictures today.
Is it big?
Put it this way, I'm looking at prices of hiring a transit tipper to go and pick it up.
All right, okay. How the hell are you going to get it up bigger?
Yeah, I'll cross that bridge. It's a big old laburnum tree that they've taken down. And it's mine. Or how much I want of it is.
Grand.
Ruby Claire's in.
Hi, Ruby.
Gav says I should turn it into shavings and post it up to you. Then if you go onto Jamie's Star Bond with 15% off, you can put it back together.
Oh my lord.
Turn the speed back up again.
Put your 602s in.
One more pass. So in October, I'm doing a demo, all-day demo at my wood turning club. Don't know the actual date yet, but it's 10 till 4 with a lunch break.
The Yorkshire Glenn, the Yorkshire Get himself is in. He says, "Sorry, I'm on the wrong channel. This is not a Fisher Price image." Lol.
So I think I'm going to have to take loads of wood down there. Either that or find something bigger to turn.
Gonna have to read about lawns. Oh, Wendy's in. Hi, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Hiya, Wendy.
What colour's the hair, Wendy? You were off to the hairdressers today. Tell us. Ruby's asking, where will that be, Wayne?
That's at the Borders Wood Turning Club in Brampton, just north of Carlisle, Cumbria. Don't need to take the
Jennifer Lowther's
edge off
saying,
that.
I've obtained some freshly cut birch, sealed the ends, but what looks like mildew is forming on the... And she hasn't told us on the what. The hair's purple. Awesome.
Right, so that's been sanded to 240. I'll put
It's,
some sand and sealer on.
Wendy, it's Andy and Scott who are on with me as earworms. And of course, the Wood Jedi himself spraying sand and sealer all over this lovely piece. You know, I'm sort of depressed that you're going to colour it, but hey.
But this is the. I was just having a look through my photos on Facebook, Mr. Bit.
I feel there's an important comment I need to make. Scott has said, Wendy, he's better looking than Di.
He's also dreaming.
Yeah, he may. Can we get a
dream?
Can we get a cloth for Scott's glasses, please? Just to make sure they're not soft focusing everything.
I think he wants to stop taking the medication. He's having bloody hallucinations.
Glenn says, channel quality looks great, guys. See you later. Bye.
Oh, cheers, Glenn. Oh,
Bye.
if you've already gone, it's too late. But if you haven't already gone, I did use Yorkshire Crit on the bottom.
Tommy's Workshop says, good evening, Wayne, Andy, Scott, and the Reverend Kirkwood.
Yay! Good man. Did you see the post, Scott?
I did see the post.
It's nuts, isn't it? Weddings, funerals, and bar mitzvahs.
Right, so it's had sand and sealer on. So what I'm going to do now is, that's sand and sealer again. Don't want that one. Is use some ebonizing lacquer to colour the top. Whenever you do, I don't tend to do this with the lathe running. I tend to do this with the lathe stationary. And what I tend to do is point over in that direction when I'm actually doing it. That way I'm going off the edge of the bowl, so I shouldn't get any, what's it called? Overspill. Yeah, overspray onto the bottom.
With you.
Gav is saying, as Scott, if you squint really hard, we both a little bit look like Jason Strathan. Or Strathan. When the big feeties is popped in and said, hi, Glenn. It's Sheffield Sasquatch, accompanied by his good lady, the ever lovely Valerie.
I think I'm going to have to change what I was going to do on tomorrow night's live.
Why?
You're in the mirror now.
I was going to do a coloured platter.
I suggest
Why not?
mirror.
It'll not be like this one, though.
Why not?
Well, Wayne's done colouring.
Right,
Wayne's done colouring forever.
turn the lathe down. So I'm going to be running it around about 150. And that's just going to help to dry the lacquer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have a chat while that's doing that.
Oh.
I'm not going to put the camera on because I'm having a fag.
Clive Rogers says that Jennifer Lowther. I have some lime that has some form of mildew growing on the sealer. I'm not worrying about it on the basis that I can't think of what to do about it.
I wouldn't worry too much about it either, to tell you the truth.
Spalting.
It'll probably, well, I don't. If it's mildew, it'll not be spalting because spalting's a
They'll be
fungus.
going damp. See what you're saying.
Wendy's
Mind
saying,
you, with it.
Wayne, you
Go on,
have an
Scott.
amazing picture.
Thank you, Wendy. It's amazing what the Reverend Kirkwood can do.
I got a miracle. It's a miracle. That's what we've got going on here. It's an actual miracle.
It's a miracle.
First
Did
one
you
of
go
the year.
around there and form some sort of like exorcism on Wayne's old internet?
Yeah, I mean it's not far from it, kind of thing. We went down and we broke Jaffa cakes, kind of thing. We said a few prayers to the FSM, and lo and behold, we sorted out the internet. You know,
Right. It's all these pastafarians. You've got to look out for them.
this is it. Every one of them's a bit suspect.
Shouldn't it be breaking Jaffa? Shouldn't it be breaking garlic bread rather than Jaffa cake?
No. Our particular sect is.
I'm just thinking garlic bread goes better with pasta.
No. Jaffas. Can always have Jaffas anytime.
What do you drink? Carbonara.
No. Blackjack and strippers. It's on the rules.
Pour me another joint.
You should have a look, Scott, to see what the FSM heaven is when you get a minute.
Oh, we'll have a look later. I did click on the link earlier and found their version of the Lord's Prayer. Thought it was
Hilarious, isn't it? Hilarious. Couldn't help myself.
Right, let's have a look, see what's happening with this. Right, whenever you're going to do a touch test on anything like this, do it towards the center because that's going to get turned out anyway. Yeah, that's dry enough to work with. So I'm going to bring the tool rest up just a bit.
L'Italiasium? And Dale, I think I'll let you answer Gav's question.
The answer's no.
Gav, no. Wayne is at the end of what I would describe as a wet string with a couple of paper cups at either end of it. So what we've done is we've put in some 4G plus equipment that's providing them with roughly, depending on, because it's a contended service, somewhere between 20 and 50 megabits down and somewhere between 10 and 25 megabits up, which is a comparison to where he was, which was 5 megabits down and 0.6 megabits.
Yeah, 0.6, 0.9 up. Yeah.
Yep. So
it used to take me about 3.5, 4 hours to upload a 15-minute video. On Saturday night, while in the chat, and while watching something on my laptop as well, I uploaded a video in around about 10 to 15 minutes, I think it was. Right, I'm just seeing where I've got to position my tool rest. Yeah, that's looking good there. And what I'm going to do with this, I'll have the speed up at around about normal turning speed. Got this, it's what we at now. Around about 900, I'm sitting at there. I'm going to switch the grinder on. This has got the Arbortech mini blade on there. That's the Arbortech mini carving blade. And all I'm going to do is actually start off at the center and bring it out towards the outside. I'm going to do one pass and see how it looks. And just leave a bit at the edge. Needs a bit more.
Turned out very well.
Wicked cool.
I'll take it out just a little bit further.
The Proxon isn't speed adjustable, is it?
No. At least this one isn't.
Looks like snake skin.
That looks cool.
Yeah. Right. So that's that bit done. So I'm just going to get a bit of. I'll just go over this quickly out to this point here. In fact, while I'm here, I'll do a. Where did I put that? There it is. I'll just do a mark to outline that. Move the tool rest in a bit. Yeah, that outlines that quite nicely.
Beautiful.
So I'll just get my 240 grit again and just go over the textured part just to take out any feathery bits that might be there. Right, so what I'll do now is clean out the bowl. Decide how much of that textured area I want to leave. Get me tool rest at the right height.
You have 71 people watching.
Excellent.
Folks, if you like what Wayne's doing, please hit that thumbs up. And if you aren't, or if you're new to the channel and you aren't already, hit that subscribe button, give that notification bell a bit of a ring. At the top of the chat, you will find a link to Wayne's Buy Me a Coffee, which is really buying him a wine, but it says it's buying him a coffee. And that's really to say thank you for all the hard work and effort that Wayne puts into producing these lives every week. Down in the description, we have a link to Mark the Gentleman Woodturner's live tonight at 9:30. Live, it's a premiere tonight at 9:30, so be sure to check that out.
Oh, that looks lovely.
Has that moved very slightly in the chuck, Wayne?
It has, yes. But I'm not going to bother about it now. I just had a quick look there and it is a wee bit out of balance, but it is where it is.
That looks good.
I'll just make sure that it is tight though. Yeah, it is tight, so we're fine.
Wayne, you're coming up to 20 to the hour, just so you know.
Grand.
Willow Taylor's joined.
Willow.
Hello.
Cool.
That looks from here like it's very good straight off the tool.
It is. I'm getting a decent cut on this. I'll do one final cut. I've got plenty of depth there. I've just checked. But if I wanted to check properly, I could use my depth gauge. I'll probably not be able to find the other bit for it now. Oh, in fact, I can't because I haven't got the other chuck in. It's the other chuck that the depth gauge is set up for.
Ah.
Right, I'm going to put another mark just down here.
That's good, man.
Right, and I'll get this sanded up.
That's a really nice effect, that is.
I thought I'd done something like this fairly recently, and I looked back in me photos on Facebook, and it was June of 2019.
Do you know what I will say about it is it has a sort of marbling effect from here. I'm not sure what it looks like in person.
I still think it looks like snake skin.
Because you're scared of snakes, aren't you?
Yep. They eat the world. It's a natural Viking fear.
You loony as well. Benjamin's in.
Hey, Ben.
Ben. Nice. Smashing.
Gene LH is in.
Good evening, Gene. Well, a few new names in tonight.
There are.
Right, Sand and Sail. Oh, no, Wayne, don't be silly, daft person.
Do not.
Stuart and Nick Rolls just joined. He said he's just had a YouTube notification. Apparently, Wayne the Woodturner is live.
Good.
He is.
Right, here we go. I'm using Hampshire Sheen intrinsic colours tonight, and I'm starting off with honey. So I'll be using honey, which comes out of sort of yellow, and I'll be using ruby as well.
Thanks, babe.
And Steve Ash, the Learner Turner's just joined. Pete, you're obviously not getting notifications because you haven't smashed that bell.
Ding, ding.
His airbrush needs a clean. That's better. So that's the honey. And now we're going to go...
Stuart added me in hysterics this week with some of his posts on one of my Facebook comments.
See, it's a very angry snake now.
Actually, now I think it looks like a tiger.
Now I think it looks like Bet Lynch from Coronation Street.
No, Doe, it can't. It's missing the fag.
Oh, okay.
Or like a planet.
Can I just say that Huey Lionheart is in the chat?
Shug!
Or an
Shuggy.
An iris. Yes.
There we go.
You need a black centre though.
You reckon?
No, I'll leave it as is. He sees an eye. That's where he's going, mate.
All right, okay. Right, so I'm going to turn this on just to get that the intrinsic
Stuff out.
colours dried. It doesn't take long for the intrinsic colours. They are water-based, and they're on there fairly thin. So it doesn't take long for them to dry.
Are you going to pick out the details again, or are you going to leave them coloured? The detailed lines.
I'll probably pick them out again, tell you the truth. I have got a bit of overspray right on the edge here, so I'll just get rid of that.
You can see it lightening up as you turn them.
Yep, that's done that. Oh. There we are. Bring the tool rest back up and do the details again.
There we go. Pow.
There we are. Boom. Bada boom. Right, cellulose sand and sealer again.
What's interesting about the sand and sealer is it takes the dark down on the edge.
Yeah.
So it pulls the darker colours out and and deepens the ruby.
So again, I'll turn the speed down, start that up, let that dry. And then what I'll do, I'll knock that back with some, yeah, I haven't got that sitting centered in the chuck.
It's got a little bit of a bounce.
Ever so slightly out.
It's got a little bit of a bounce.
Not to worry.
You won't see it when it's stationary.
That should be a dry. No, it's not.
Is it a wee bit of
gone
bleed?
Back into a wee bit of bleed. I'll soon get rid of that. That's not a problem. So what I'll do, I've obviously got some excess. Yeah, and on the edge, yeah. I've got some excess there, so I'll just wipe that off. And I'll redo the highlights again.
Andy H has just joined. He says, sorry he's late. He's had a very long phone call.
Huey says you won't see it from his house.
And David at Webfoot Resin and Wood Creations.
There we go. Right.
Good, man. Looking good.
And here we are. I'm using acrylic gloss lacquer on this now. Tool rest out of the way. Now the thing with lacquer is, especially spray-on lacquer, is you don't want to do too much at once. So that's one coat, okay? Now I can leave that for 20 minutes now, or until that dries. It'll dry fairly quick since I'll just put a thin coat on. Then you put another coat on. What you don't want to do is absolutely flood it, because it'll start to run, and actually where it pools, it'll start to go cloudy as it dries. So you don't really want to do that. So I'll leave it with the one coat of lacquer. I'll be very careful when I'm taking this off.
So Andrew Kmar's asking, what type of spray gun do you use?
Mine is a cheap one. If you're talking about the airbrush, you think he was talking about the airbrush? Were you talking about the airbrush?
I think
Yeah.
he's talking about airbrush.
Yeah, I think.
Right. The airbrush I got from Wish. It's a set of 6 airbrushes. There's a couple of siphon feeds, and there's a couple of sort of vacuum feeds or Venturi feeds, and a couple of others. But the 6 come with all the bottles and everything. When I originally bought mine, they were around about 75 quid. They're up, I think, in the hundreds now.
And John from Jiggly Shed is in.
Hi, John.
Sorry he's late. He had to put the kids to bed.
And there you have it, guys.
Looks lovely, man. That's a remarkable effect. It's the fact it's a horizontal effect, and it was created by picking. I mean, you can see it working, picking out the grain. You know what I mean, in a horizontal, but yet it's created with a rotary tool, with a tool and a rotation. You know, it's just interesting. You wouldn't have expected it.
So that's us.
Go on, sir. Hold it up again with your wonderful clear camera and let everybody ogle it tremendously. Look at that.
There we go. No glare.
Beautiful.
So that'll get, what I'll do with this, I'll put another, probably tomorrow, I'll put another 3 or 4 coats on. In fact, I could probably put another coat on this now because that's dried. I'll put another 3 or 4 coats on tomorrow. And then once it's dry for 24 hours, I'll knock that back with the orange WebRax pad. This has got the equivalent grit of around about 1200. So once I've knocked it back, it'll have another 3 or 4 coats on top of that as well. And then get knocked back again after another 24 hours. Hang on, where's that shaving? There it is. And then
we can see the shaving.
And then finally, after that, I'll probably go over it all with Yorkshire Grit Microfine and probably the Hampshire Sheen Microcrystalline Wax. So this won't actually get finished for another 3 or 4 days probably. That's how long it's going to take to get this finished. So I'll be happy with the finish that's on there.
Can I just say Zed named the bowl? He called it the Dragon's Eye Bowl. I think that's really appropriate. It's really appropriate.
I'm just looking through the chat here.
I can't actually see the chat, which is annoying. I keep flicking from one to the other and it kicks me off.
Ruby's asking. Oh yeah, sorry, she's answering somebody else. Somebody must have asked a question there about yellow first. Yeah, I tend to go from light through to dark, rather than dark through to light.
Which makes more sense.
Yeah, Zed, it is 4K. That's what I'm working on at the moment. Zed, have you got a premiere tonight? Thanks, Andy. Right then, guys. If that's us, that's us. Mark's on. Got a premiere at 9:30. Who's on tomorrow lunchtime?
No idea.
It's normally Brian, isn't it, on a Thursday?
It is. Yeah, I think it'll be Brian. Oh, John's.
Yep.
John's got a premiere on later on tonight. He hasn't put a time on though.
Nope.
Sorry, Scott's on tomorrow night.
Yeah, at the later
Scott?
time. I'm on at 8 because Rich hasn't got an invade tomorrow, so I'm going to go on at 8. And I think we'll play with some spray paint tomorrow after watching yours.
Okay, so Scott's going to be doing some colouring as well. I'll be back Friday lunchtime. Steve SK will be on Friday night, and then we're into the weekend, and I can't tell these days who's on. I'll have a premiere out on Sunday evening, and Jamie will have a premiere out on Sunday night. So
and I might do a pop-up live on Saturday.
Do it.
And Andy might do a pop-up live on Saturday, doing some carving.
Do it.
Do it.
Chainsaw carving.
We can rig that so you can be right on the. You can either do it in the front garden, or you can do it around the pond.
It's up to you, man. Wherever's easiest.
Wherever you
for
want to do it, we can make it happen.
What time are you thinking about doing it, Andy? If you are going to do it, remember the nights are drawn in now.
I will be grand for an hour.
If you're doing an outside carving.
Yeah, we'll be grand. Probably be about 7.
Okay. In fact, let's just bring the
Something
guys
like
in
that.
while we say good night to everybody. Right, guys. I'm off to get my usual, and I will see everybody the next time I see them.